glimpses of the light beyond. This morning, the cafe was alive in its usual way. Espresso machine hissing like the tide, grinders growling, and the soft murmur of conversations folding into the smell of fresh roast and cinnamon. The gulls outside called back and forth as if they were part of the dialogue. I had just opened my notebook when Eclectic Scout came through the door. His face was quieter than usual, like he'd been carrying something heavy. He gave me a soft smile. "Morning, Luna." "Morning, Scout. Good to see you." Sid arrived soon after, still shaking off sleep, laptop under one arm, his coffee order already in the works. "Hey, family," he said, sliding into the seat across from me. And then Tara Singh stepped inside, tall and centered, bowing slightly as he greeted us. "Good morning, friends." His voice always lands like a grounding bell. We settled with our mugs steaming, the cafe hum around us, when Scout leaned in and spoke first. "I lost a friend last week," he said quietly, "right when I was studying near-death experiences. It feels, I don't know, synchronistic, like I'm being pulled deeper into this. And what I've been reading, it's beyond words. I need to talk about it with you all." His voice carried both grief and awe. He opened a dog-eared book he had with him and began. Open quote, "Near-death experiences. People describe light brighter than anything here, colors we don't even have names for. Cities of crystal light, gardens where flowers sing, trees that pulse with energy. They feel wrapped in unconditional love, as if they've gone home after a long exile. No fear, no pain, just belonging, pure peace." Close quote. The cafe around us seemed to soften. Even the grinder paused for a moment, as if it too was listening. Sid exhaled slowly. "That's powerful, Scout. You know what gets me? Almost everyone who goes through this comes back changed. They lose the fear of death. They stop chasing status or stuff. What matters to them becomes simple: love, connection, service. Imagine if we all lived that way without needing to nearly die first." Tara nodded deeply. "Yes, in Sikh teaching we say, the soul is never born, the soul never dies. Death is not an ending, it is a doorway. What your friends step through, what these people glimpse and return to tell us, is the greater reality we often forget. The ego fears death because it cannot survive it. But the soul rejoices." I scribbled quickly in my notebook. Ego dies, soul lives. Scout looked up, eyes shining with both sadness and wonder. "And the music they describe, it's not like our music. It's a harmony that fills your whole being, a vibration of love itself. They say it's so beautiful that no song here can compare. What if music itself is just a shadow of that higher harmony?" Sid leaned back, thinking, maybe that's why we chase music so hard here, why a song can break your heart open. It's like an echo, a reminder of the symphony we came from. Tara smiled. "Exactly. The true music is already inside us. When we sit in silence, when we pray, when we listen deeply, we catch the notes of it. That is why remembrance is so central to the path, to live with that music always playing in your heart." Scout's voice softened. "What moves me most is how people come back and live differently. They hug their kids longer. They forgive faster. They stop being afraid. It's like they've touched the source, and it makes them want to live with more love." Tara placed his palm over his chest. "That is the lesson we do not need to wait for death to learn. Life is a gift, something to be grateful for. If we live with that awareness now, then we are already walking in the light they describe." I underlined it twice. Life is a gift. When it was time to leave, we sat in quiet for a moment, letting the conversation settle like the last sip of coffee at the bottom of the mug. The cafe was bustling again, people rushing to work, tourists ordering pastries, the gulls still bickering outside. Sid closed his laptop. "Thank you for sharing, Scout. That was real." Scout gave a small nod. "Thanks for listening. Feels lighter now." Tara stood, bowing his head slightly. "Your friend is not gone, Scout, only shifted. The light holds all." We gathered our things, exchanged hugs, and stepped out into the Santa Cruz sunlight. The air felt different, brighter somehow, as if the conversation had opened a window to a wider sky. After we left the cafe earlier, Sid and Scout decided to walk down Pacific Avenue, letting the salt air pull them toward the beach. The gulls wheeled overhead, and the ocean was restless, rolling and crashing like a great breathing presence. They walked quietly for a while, letting the conversation about NDEs dissolve into the sound of waves. By the time they returned, the afternoon light had softened into that golden glow that Santa Cruz does so well. The coffee roasters was still humming, but the air inside was warm and crowded, so the tables outside had become a refuge. There was Luna, pen still moving across her notebook, her coffee long gone cold, sun on her face. Sid grinned as they came up. "I see you're still here." She looked up, smiling. "Yes, couldn't stop writing about our topic today. Those near-death experience stories are amazing." She tapped the pages. It's like they're begging to be written down before they evaporate. Sid dropped into the chair across from her. "While we were walking, I couldn't stop thinking about something. After you left, I searched a bit online. Turns out, some researchers believe these NDEs might connect with quantum physics." Scout leaned against the table, intrigued. "Go on." Sid's voice quickened, as it always did when ideas took fire. "A lot of these stories, we're talking whole lifetimes lived on the other side, happen in just 4 minutes of earthly time, sometimes less. But for them, time stretches into eternity. That's straight out of quantum theory. In the quantum world, time isn't a straight line. It can bend, expand, collapse. What feels like forever might be just a flicker. These NDEs seem to operate by those same rules." Luna's pen paused midair. "So you're saying, when they cross over, they're slipping into a quantum reality? Where time works differently?" "Exactly," Sid said. "Think of it. Our brains might be tuned like radios, locked into the frequency of ordinary time. But in an NDE, when the body flatlines, maybe that tuner shifts. Suddenly, you're not stuck in the linear channel anymore. You're in the wide spectrum. You see all of time, all at once." Scout nodded slowly. "That actually makes sense. In every account I've read, people say past, present, and future all collapse into a single eternal moment. That sounds less like imagination and more like physics beyond our comprehension." Luna leaned forward, eyes shining. "And maybe that's why people come back so changed. It's not just a dream. They've literally experienced reality in a different dimension, where love and consciousness are the real constants. And once you've seen that, ordinary life can never look the same." The three of them sat for a while in the late sun, the air alive with sea breeze and the smell of coffee beans drifting from inside. People walked past with surfboards under their arms, dogs tugged on leashes, bikes rattled by. But at their table, the conversation carved out its own quiet space, as if time itself had slowed to listen. Scout finally spoke. "You know, when I lost my friend, I thought it was an ending. But the more I hear, the more it feels like maybe he just stepped into that wider dimension. And somehow, through synchronicity, he's helping me see it too." Luna closed her notebook and set it on the table. "Maybe that's the real message. Death isn't the wall we think it is. It's a doorway. And every NDE story is like someone slipping back through the door just long enough to tell us, life is a gift, something to be grateful for." Sid nodded. "And science might just be catching up to what mystics and poets have always known." The sun dipped lower, shadows stretching across the bricks. For a moment, the world felt perfectly suspended, like they were already living inside that eternal now the NDE stories described.
Please click like and then subscribe. Also share this video with your friends. Thank you.